And so I went out to LA, and I had a choice of going with Warner Brothers to start working on Salem's Lot. But they told me, probably this won't happen. I mean, you can come with us, we'll give you a 3-picture deal, either, write screenplay, or work with the writer. But, probably. And so with Bill, and we become friends, and I wanted to be with him. And so he went off to make Sorcerer, and then but then I got a call back from that there was no way to make Salem's Lot in 2 hours. I read the novel, and if you don't have all the peripheral characters sensing the dread and doom, the thing being pulled by this negative energy, almost as I envisioned it would be like the monolith buried underneath the ground is pulling all this bad stuff to it. And so they came up with the idea of a mini-series. And so I shot that.
And you were given, I know at the beginning there was apparently quite a bit of resistance to the amount of time you took, not just for the special effects, but for the very elaborate lighting setups that conventionally weren't seen on TV movies.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
Well, yeah, I learned to do it. I didn't want to make something that looked like Charlie's Angels, on TV. I wanted to make a feature. And so I shot it like a feature and lit it like a feature. And then, but things came up, like the kids floating up to the window. They said, you can't do that. And like, why? But you can't pull it off. I said, well, for a second. And I've already designed the mechanism to cause it to float. It's very much like a magician. And so they said, no way. And, well, you shoot yourself in the foot. Go try it. And so I shot it. The first shot, I think, took about 4 hours to do because I shot these things in reverse to give them a kind of unnatural feeling. And then they saw that was it CBS.
I believe it was CBS.
Yeah, I think so. And so they watched it during their lunch hour, and they said, "Oh, geez, we need more of that." And then someone told them that I was taking too much time getting feature performances out of the actors, and then so they loved the special effects. And then so I was shooting some scene. I don't remember what, but like the UPM answered the telephone. There was a call from the main office at Warner Brothers, and they said, tell that guy to stop. He's taking too much time with the dialogue bullshit, and to get back to what's really important, and that's that shit that he does, floating those kids around.
Shit we didn't want.
Yeah. And so anyway, I mean, that's that. And
do you have any memorable stories about either Reggie Nadler or David Soul?
With who?
Reggie Nadler, Barlow?
Oh, Reggie, yeah, Reggie's fingernails came off every few seconds, and he was terrified. I mean, terrified of going through the makeup and putting the squirrel lenses in his eye that covers the entire. And David treated it really sweet to him, as he put the steak in his heart. But they were really cool. James Mason was one of the best actors I've ever worked with, and
he cut his death scene down for the TV version in the end. No, it wasn't. Sorry, it was the murder that made when Mason pins the...
Oh, yeah, right,
Yeah.
there is a version, someone chipped in some extra money to make a feature version of it, and make it a little bloodier. So
There's a 35 millimeter print in Estonia.
Is that
Yes.
right?
I was sent it right in, but it's like the cut down version. So
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen it.
But you know, I mean, it isn't as good.
Half the running time, literally.
Yeah, and you need it, it's better. The relationships, you know, swirling around, and Bonnie Bedelia at the end of the film is wearing one of Gene Harlow's dresses. And so, yeah, so it's select these, you know, these things that were in their prop shop that I knew to be, you know, from other films, just for, I guess.
That must have been threatening raid prop shops at that point.
Yeah, I'm looking at the walls and, you know, all the possibilities of staircases.
How did you first approach James Mason?
Oh, well, the agents got in touch with him. He read the script and he wanted to do it. He told him, yeah. And then the next thing I know, there's this big warehouse and he's trying on clothes. And he's just... And then I had Elijah Cook Jr. and Marie Windsor teamed them up again because we got HOOPER. And had a very large cast. Look, I mean, Lou Ayres, Lou Ayres, yeah, and he's great in the movie. I mean, at one point we had a little bit of a problem, and where he told me to get this goddamn costume and do it myself, sort of get in there. But then we straightened that out. A little bit of all quiet on the Western Front. Paul kind of smooth that out.
You know, I mean, I know there was a lot of people who were waiting to be able to do some questions, see the hands already starting to come up. So let's just talk briefly then. We'll go, I can talk to you for 19 more hours, so I think it's probably better to move forward. But, really quick, would you like to say a few things about Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, since many of you will see that soon?
Yeah. Okay, cool. It was another time of political history, a very affluent time, and affluent. And John Hughes, and so that's why it has the flavor it has. And I had Tom Savini, and I thought, just go ahead and make a red comedy out of it. By red, I mean blood red. And it's the bloodiest thing I've ever made, and the glorious thing. And the funny is, it's very much an insane comedy.
Okay, let's open this to questions from the audience. Yes.
Yeah, really interesting. If they were going to walk, they walked in Terrier's and that did happen. And the first time it showed in Canada was a screening very much like this, but it was a university in Toronto where someone got sick. Paramedics had to take her away. But I'm sure she was all right.
She was white.
Yeah. And beautiful. But yeah, there were times they would walk, but that would be the time. They showed it as a sneak preview in San Francisco and taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3. And instead of focus groups, and 40 years ago, they would have sneak previews and the tape recorder record the audience response. Well, the city council came and the mayor and all, because the transit system, the underground in San Francisco
was new and they were getting ready to open it. And all hell broke loose. I mean, when Chainsaw came up in front of the city council and the mayor, and they thought they were going to take it to a pelham version. They were nuts. And there was puking, and there was fighting, and then there were a lot of fights.
Fights? The audiences broke up into fights?
Well, yeah, I mean, there would be people that would hit one another.
Do you attribute that to the film's general negative energy, or what?
I don't know. I don't know what. In some cases, it was that they couldn't get in to see the film, like originally.
What almost happened outside tonight?
Like the first time it showed at the Keen thing, the director's fortnight at Cannes, there was even a bomb scare called in, and there was fighting because people were being pressed against the glass, and it showed the only film that showed the director's fortnight twice at Cannes, and it showed again like 2 months ago, or a couple of months ago.
With Nicholas Benning Refn interviewing you.
Yeah.
No,
And so anyway, yes, there's all of that kind of puking and
All right, next question. Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Did you have it?
kind of.
Okay, she's asking if you can talk a bit about your involvement with 4K restoration.
Well, I supervised everything from the 7-to-1 sound. And, I mean, it was as though I was making the film again. And I wanted to especially make sure that the 4K restoration wasn't, it didn't have a different tone. You know, that it kept the same kind of ooginess about it, and then the 7-to-1 sound was very cleverly cut apart from a mono track, and made way. This thing did not go through. It was one of those faux stereo or faux surround sound mixes. I mean, it was soundtrack was taken apart, and placement of the sound was done.
It's all the original stems.
It's all the original stems, and okay.